When we take our kids out to a restaurant, you're probably like us. One of the most difficult things to do is just sit there and wait for the food. So what do? We bring pictures for them to color. We bring dot to dots. We play tic-tac-toe. We play games. We try and distract them until the food comes. This is not the kind of waiting that we're talking about. We're not talking about a waiting that is full of distraction. It's a waiting that is full of hope. We don't distract ourselves with entertainment or sports or hobbies or whatever else while we wait. No, our attention is directed. It is fixed on Jesus. We trust constantly in Jesus, and it remains on him. Our waiting does not mean we do whatever we want, but as such, our hope is in Jesus. Like the 10 women in Matthew 25, they're awaiting the arrival of the bridegroom. We do not fall asleep. We do not become distracted. We do not go about selfish business of our own, but no, we look for Jesus. No, our hope is in the future coming of Jesus. And this is not just a worldly, I hope he comes. Like we hope that our sports teams will win this year, or I hope that I will get a raise this year. No, biblical hope is the sure faith and full expectation that something will come. It is without a doubt something good will happen, and we expect it to happen. No, the Christian does not have an empty hope that Jesus will come. We know. We are without a doubt positive it will happen. We are not tossed to and fro, but we are anchored, firmly fixed on the knowledge that Jesus will return. We do not know when, but we know it will happen. That is biblical hope. Our hope is an eager expectation that good will come. We know this is not our home, and that when Jesus returns, all of the trials and tribulations that we go through now will all be worth it, because in the face of Jesus, we will be satisfied for all eternity. But that hope is not a blind hope. It's not an empty hope. It's rooted in the certainty that Jesus Christ is true and faithful. And we know this because Christ has come already. We hope in the future because we know Christ has already come in the past. The foundation of our hope is that Jesus has already come. The first coming of Jesus is the secure rock we cling to as we hope and we look that he will come again. The first coming of Jesus, his life, his death, his resurrection is the shore on which we stand as we await the ship to take us home. We see in this text our morning the grace of God has appeared, and so we know the glory will appear. The grace is the proof that the glory will come. Hebrews 9 says it in a similar way, but slightly different. So Christ, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for them. Christ, having been offered once for sins, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for him. Christ has offered himself once for sins, grace in the past, so we know that he will appear in the future a second time, because Christ is not done with us yet. He will come again not to deal with our sins. He's already done that, but he will come again to save those who are eagerly waiting for him. As surely as Christ has come the first time, he will surely come again. Christian, we place our hope in that. We constantly look to the grace in the past as the foundation for the glory in the future. Our hope is not influenced by sensational items that we read from newspapers or the latest events of politicians or the saying of some celebrity or internet personality. Our hope for the future is secured in the unshakable rock that is the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. As 1 Peter 1 tells us, Christian, you have been born again to a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead to an inheritance that is imperishable, undefiled, unfading, kept in heaven for you. Christian hope is for the imperishable Christ.